Welcome back to the Leadership for Student podcast. This is Blake Beverage, and we're bringing it back for part two. Today we have on the podcast for today, we have Hunter Reich. Hunter Reich's leader in both FCA and student ministry, and so today we have him talking about his leadership stories and kind of telling us a little bit about student ministry. So, Hunter, welcome.
Thank you. Excited to be here and looking forward to it.
All right, so I gave you a little brief intro, but can you give us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Hunter Reich. I'm a senior here. I've gone to Arlington my entire life. And yes, like Blake said, I've been leading student ministry and FCA for part of the leadership team for all 4 years here. And so senior year, super excited for it and excited to see what God is going to do this year.
That's right. It's been just being with you for this past semester. It's been cool to see what God's been able to work and do through the student ministry.
It's been fun.
It has. So, Hunter, who has been pouring into your life, and then how can I pour into someone in like the same kind of way?
I think a big way, or someone who's poured in my life in a big way, is Christian Castellano.
On the show last time.
Many of you, probably know him. He went to Arlington here, graduated in 2016, and I'm with him a lot, and he's just always been a super great influence to me in my life, and whether it's just, talking about our walks with the Lord, or whether he's praying with me at the high school, or coming to hear me speak, or I'm going to hear him speak somewhere. It's just really kind of a super awesome relationship where he's really helped me grow in my walk with the Lord, and even just what it's like to do ministry at a high school.
Right on. So, Christian's definitely been someone. He came here, he kind of had the experience. So, I guess it's kind of like a senior and a freshman kind of relationship in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, how could I pour into someone kind of the same way that Christian was able to pour into you?
Man, I think the biggest thing would just find like a younger guy, that you can see like has a good heart, wants to do things right, has a heart for the Lord, and I just think you kind of just take him under your wing. I think of another example, a guy named Will Evans and Drew Edwards. They were seniors here when I was a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And coming here, I really didn't know that many people, and they were leading FCA and asked me to come help lead, but I remember going to the first meeting. I knew like no one there. I may have been the only freshman, and they really just kind of took me under their wing, and like the same ways how Christian's done for me. And I think for you, just being able to find maybe an underclassman or someone younger than you, and just being able to take them under your wing and come alongside them will really go a long way in his story and in his eyes as well.
So you've been a leader, a part of FCA and student ministry, and people have been able to look up to you in a lot of ways for that. So for maybe our younger guys, or maybe for a senior even, so what should I be doing as a high school student right now? Like I'm in the place I'm in, and what should I be doing to start leading others and prepare myself to lead others in the future or right now?
I think the most important thing is the example that you set. For me, at least, my main goal is to lead by example, lead a holy and godly life. Strive to do that every day. But set a good example, whether I'm with, church friends or whether I'm with people that don't know the Lord. But whatever crowd I'm in, regardless, that I'm going to be the same person everywhere, and that the Hunter that people see is going to be a Hunter that wants to follow the Lord and set a good example for others.
Absolutely. So, kind of walk me through what's kind of your habits and your kind of daily things that you do that help you to be continue to push yourself to be a better leader.
I think for me, I think about daily disciplines. Whether it's going to the Lord in the morning or at night. To read my Bible and pray, whether it's going to the gym every day after school, and trying to create that bodily discipline, eat healthy, and also like be accountable to other people, like have those friends that are willing to call you out if they see you do something wrong, And I think all of these disciplines, like the more you do them and practice them, the more they add up and surely like impact the way that you live your life, and you'll find yourself not giving in to temptation, whether that's um, a sin or like eating an unhealthy food or wanting to take a day off and be lazy. I think the more you practice these disciplines, the more they truly make a difference for the better on your life.
Absolutely. I know that I wouldn't be able to be the place I was at if I didn't just dive into the Word like
Yeah,
each and every day,
for
or
sure, for sure.
whether that be in the morning or night. But just having those disciplines in place, like that's how you have to be able to grow as a human being and grow into a godly man that you want to become. So you're obviously in high school, but kind of talk me through what would you tell like maybe your freshman self or your underclassman self that to kind of help them to be a better leader and grow into the high school.
Man, I would say if I could go back and tell my freshman self, I would say get to know as many upperclassmen as I could, because a lot of these upperclassmen have, good advice for a freshman all trying to make it through high school. And I can remember specifically, I run track, and my freshman year was the same year Kenny Walker and George Avalos were seniors. There were a bunch of good senior guys, and I remember I was asking George one day at track practice. I was asking like, "Hey man, you're a senior, you're graduating soon. Like, I'm a freshman just coming in here. Like, if you could leave me one piece of advice, what would it be?" And he said, "Man, cherish it. Cherish the time that you have in high school, because it goes by so fast, like the blink of an eye." And he said, "Just make the most of it in whatever you do." And
Right.
so, I think for a freshman, like looking back at 4 years ago when he told me that, like, man, it has truly flown by, just like he said. And so now I think my message to younger underclassmen would be to cherish it. You only get to go through high school once. Make the most of the time you have. Go to the football games, the basketball games, have fun with your friends, but prioritize your schoolwork as well and make good grades, and just enjoy high school and be involved. Truly
Absolutely.
cherish the time that you have.
I know I was just thinking about this yesterday, but just of like how much time has come by, and it's like how important each step of the process is, but it's like how quickly it all just shuffles kind of through, and it's like you need to start building in these daily disciplines, building in this relationship with God if you want to be able to be a successful leader in all that you do, because it's like without that you're not going to be able to be a leader in the high school or leader as a senior, and you're going to know what you're going to do.
For sure.
And so, kind of last question. You kind of talked about Christian a little, but is there any kind of leader that you really try to like model yourself after? There's someone that you like really look up to that you're like, I kind of want to be like him.
Yeah, I would say my dad for sure. And for as long as I can remember, he's just been a great example uh, in the church, in the family life, um, friends. He's been a great dad to me and my sister Katie. Today is actually his birthday, so it's fitting that you asked this question. But yeah, he's just been a great role model, had a huge impact on my life, and I couldn't thank him enough, and I would love to model my life after his.
That's sweet, Hunter. I'm actually really. I'm gonna have to make sure to tell him happy birthday when I see him
Yeah,
later.
you will for sure.
So that's all we have for the Leadership for Student podcast today. Hunter, thank you for coming out here and be able to talk with us and talk with the students out there who will tune in and listen to this. So
Blake, I appreciate you having me on here, and it's been fun.
it has been fun. Well, that is it for the Leadership for Student podcast. If you really like this, maybe leave a like, leave a comment down below, and if you want to see more of this, just comment down below, and we might be able to make a part 3.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Remember to subscribe and follow at the AHS Tigerlife YouTube page, or come check out our website, and you can come see some of the great articles that we've written about. We actually had an article where Hunter was featured in it about the Arlington High School Blue Crew. And there's going to be more coming out with new teacher articles and the Humans of Arlington story. So if you'd like to see any of that and more, come check us out at the AHS Tigerlife YouTube or at the AHS Tigerlife website. And so for that, we are signing off, and that's it.